Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Bhaktavijaya32. As you may remember, Tulsidas went on tour, and he went to Vrindavan. There he made an obeisance to Krishna. He remained there a month and danced in the praise services devoted to Hari. From there, he came to Mathura. He bathed by the banks of the Yamuna. He saw and worshipped Sri Krishna and met there many Vaishnavas. In Mathura, Gokul, and Vrindavan live many Vaishnavas, those who worship only Vishnu. They are constantly engaged in singing the praises of Hari and are always repeating his names day and night. There was a Brahmin citizen by name Priyadas, of supreme piety, and a Vaishnava. Bhakti, knowledge, and indifference to worldly things were his characteristics. Ram himself writes Tulsidas's life. This Priyadas wrote a book in Sanskrit describing the extraordinary deeds of bhaktas of Vishnu in this Kali Yuga. Tulsidas heard that he had written this book containing the stories of the saints. So on a certain occasion, he came to visit Priyadas. He said, "O Swami, you have written the stories of the saints. I have not listened to them. Bring me the book and show it to me." Priyadas replied, "I have described the bhaktas belonging to the 4 yugas. But I have not written in this book the noble story of Tulsidas. Even the Vaishnava bhaktas of Kali Yuga were described in that book. Therefore, he, Priyadas, felt very much troubled. Just then, a very wonderful thing happened. Unknown to Priyadas, Sri Ram came there and with his own hands wrote the story of Tulsidas. In order to listen to the book, all the Vaishnavas assembled and sat in the assembly hall by the great door of the temple. Clever and wise pandits also sat down to listen. Priyadas, the God-loving Bhakta, read aloud from the book. All the Vaishnavas admired the book that was written by Priyadas. It was Tulsidas who said to him that it was Sri Hari who spoke through his lips. Hearing this remark made by the saint Tulsidas, Priyadas said to them, "Ram came and wrote the whole history of Tulsidas." All the noble Vaishnavas now examined the handwriting of Ram. The power of bhaktas is great. Neither Vedas nor Shastras are able to describe it. In attempting to describe the characteristics of Sri Hari, the 18 Puranas had to remain silent, and the 6 Shastras had to acknowledge that they did not understand his power. If one constantly listens to this explanation of the book with pleasure, he or she will certainly have a sight of Sri Ram. Thus, the beloved of Sri Ram, the full avatar of Valmiki, had his story recorded by Ram's own hand. Priyadas's first book was in the Sanskrit language. After that, Nabaji wrote in the Gwalior language. After listening to its verses, I have written this book in the Marathi tongue, just as the milkman adds a little water to his milk. As in setting a diamond in a golden ornament, lacquer is used in the act of placing it. So you saints and good people have listened to my uncouth language. It is God himself who is describing the life of Tulsidas. Listen to it, therefore, with reverence. Those who do so assume the form of Sri Ram, the husband of Rukmini, dweller by the banks of the Bhima, is the real author of this book. Mahipati's name appears in these verses, but the real writer is Ram. Swasti. This book is the Bhaktavijaya. In listening to it, the Lord of the world is pleased. Listen, therefore, you God-loving, pious bhaktas. This is the 3rd delightful chapter. Chapter 4, Life of Namdev. Obeisance to Sri Ganesha. Obeisance to the beloved of the gopis. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.